All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Black, flip, flip, flip.
Jameis now on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing, Winston. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
At their own 43-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stand. Yes.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. Raymond And he's got some space here. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
And all the way up to the 47-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 44 yards on the ground. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I heard...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day. Slams. Hard. Hard. Ready?
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Darryl Worley up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. 44 to Mike. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. And this is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Uses the stiff arm, and he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Ready? 50's the mark. Oh, here we go. Oh. Wait. Give. Hey, let's give us a person. Check 24. Tommy.
First down, Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Kill. Even.
A second down throw for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It'll be a 9-yard gain that time, but it'll also be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on, set. And Lobo.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Winston will set up the screen to Balaj. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Cannon Balaj. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Ready. Ready. Check back. Check back. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 43. Slant.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check. Flag down. Watch out. Check. Crunch. Check.
This is Carson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown on the season. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Let's go for it. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing on second down now, Minshew. And he rifles one incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's get it.
this one now in their own territory. A gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Even. 4 down. Even. Mike, 55.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
5. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. On the ball.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, Winston being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any point. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Raekwon McMillan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That would complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Go. Look at me. Go. 2.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Yo, go, go. Give me that ball, defense. 58's the money. Go.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Rock it. Watch it. Hey, high step.
On 2nd down, Minshew. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go on. Kill. Defense.
Again, it's Fournette. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll check this one off to Fournette. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
58,
Now Leonard Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go right here now. Hey, Mike. Green, come with me. Mike 50. Let's go, D. Mike 50. Easy. Hey, watch the slant. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And a completion to Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw it. Minshew. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Tackled back at the 28.
Go now, 50, plant.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Break. 36 to Mike. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Minshew. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Here we go.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done sometimes when you open.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Dolphins 28, Jaguars 10. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Look at me. Zipper. 58 to Mike. 58. Now.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Flushed out right. Looking long for Westbrook. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. But it'll be second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Minshew. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check 26. Check 26. Hey, check 24.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chris Carson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Dolphins 35, Jaguars 10.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Echo.
Minshew sets to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready. 55. Hey, eat. I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Orbit. Bandit. Ready.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. They'll roll him out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 2nd down.
Ready. Back 25 behind. Here we go.
Winston. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
They'll run with Fournette, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Balaj. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hatch it. Hey, 5-0. Let's go.
Again, it's Balaj, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got you.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, foxtrot.
4, 10-4. 58 to Mike, 58.
Let's go.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Sponge. No.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Ready? Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Back. Out. Let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jameis to throw it. It's complete to Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done.